Welcome to Mahabharata, Echoes of Eternity. In today's episode, we delve into the story of Drona, one of the most remarkable teachers in the Mahabharata, whose journey from a struggling Brahmin to the esteemed guru of the Kuru princes reveals the depth of his character and the motivations that would shape his life and actions. Drona's story begins not with the Kuru princes, but with his childhood friend, Drupada, the prince of Panchala. Their friendship was close, but Drona's fate took him down a very different path. Today, we'll see how the twists of fortune and ambition led Drona to the court of Hastinapura, where he would become the master to both the Pandavas and the Kauravas, teaching them the skills of warfare that would eventually determine the course of their lives. Drona was born to a humble family, and though his heritage was that of a Brahmin, his interest in the martial arts was evident from a young age. He grew up studying archery, strategy, and weaponry, cultivating a strong sense of discipline and dedication to his craft. Alongside him in these early years was Drupada, the young prince of Panchala. The two boys became fast friends, bonded by shared dreams and a deep respect for each other's talents. Drupada, in a moment of youthful enthusiasm, promised Drona that he would always share his kingdom and wealth with him, no matter where life took them. But as they grew older, their paths diverged. Drupada returned to Panchala to rule as its prince, while Drona married and became a father to a son, Ashwatthama. Despite the difference in their circumstances, Drona held on to his friend's promise and hoped that Drupada would help him if he ever needed support. As time went on, Drona and his family struggled. Living in poverty, Drona could barely provide for Ashwatthama. Watching his son's disappointment over not having the luxuries enjoyed by other children was heart-wrenching for Drona. Determined to give his son a better life, Drona set out to seek his old friend Drupada, hoping that his promise of friendship still stood. But when Drona arrived in Panchala, he was met with a harsh reality. Drupada, now a king, was no longer the boy who had once been Drona's friend. Drupada laughed at Drona's request, stating that friendship between a king and the poor Brahmin was impossible. He claimed that such friendships could only exist between equals, and he dismissed Drona without a thought. This rejection stung deeply. Drona felt betrayed and humiliated. Vowing to one day avenge this insult, he left Panchala with a newfound purpose: to become powerful, gain recognition, and, eventually, to make Drupada pay for his arrogance. Drona's search for a way to rise in the world brought him to Hastinapura, where he encountered the Kuru princes. At the time, the young Pandavas and Kauravas were being raised under the guardianship of Bhishma and trained by various teachers, but they had yet to find a true master in the art of warfare. As Drona observed the princes, he recognized their potential. The eldest, Yudhishthira, was wise beyond his years. Bhima possessed incredible strength, Arjuna showed a natural skill in archery, and Duryodhana exhibited fierce ambition. Each prince had unique qualities, and Drona saw in them the chance to fulfill his ambitions. One day, while the princes were playing, a ball fell into a deep well. None of the boys could retrieve it, despite their best efforts. Drona stepped forward and, with remarkable skill, used blades of grass and arrows to bring the ball to the surface. The princes were amazed by this mischievous man's talent and asked him to be their teacher. The princes told Bhishma about the man who had demonstrated such impressive skills. Bhishma, eager to provide the best training for the young princes, invited Drona to the court and offered him the role of guru to the Kuru princes. This was a position of honor and influence, and Drona accepted it readily. Drona's arrival marked a new era in the prince's education. He taught them not only about the weapons and skills of war but also about discipline, loyalty, and the code of warriors. His teachings went beyond the battlefield, shaping their character and helping them develop the qualities they would carry into adulthood. Each prince excelled in different ways under Drona's guidance. Arjuna quickly became Drona's favorite student, displaying remarkable dedication and talent. Drona promised that he would make Arjuna the finest archer in the world, a promise that would later influence the events of the Kurukshetra war. Drona's reputation soon spread, and many came to him seeking to learn the art of warfare. Among them was Eklavya, a young boy from a lower caste who was determined to become an archer. Drona, bound by societal expectations and loyalty to the Kuru family, could not accept Eklavya as a student, and he sent the boy away. But Eklavya's determination was unwavering. He crafted a clay statue of Drona and practiced before it day and night, treating it as his guru. His skill grew, and one day, he demonstrated his ability in front of Drona and the Kuru princes. Shocked by Eklavya's talent, Drona realized that the boy might surpass even Arjuna. In a move that would later be controversial, Drona asked for Buru Dakshina, a gift given to a teacher, demanding Eklavya's right thumb, knowing this would prevent him from excelling in archery. Without hesitation, Eklavya cut off his thumb and presented it to Drona, sacrificing his future in archery to honor his teacher. This incident revealed both Drona's loyalty to Arjuna and the complex ethical dilemmas that would haunt him. With his position in Hastinapura secure, Drona remembered his unresolved grievance against Drupada. He had not forgotten the insult he had endured, and now, with the support of his students, he planned his revenge. Drona commanded his students to capture Drupada and bring him before him. The young princes, led by Duryodhana, Bhima, and Arjuna, set off to fulfill their guru's command. After a fierce battle, they succeeded, bringing Drupada to Drona as a prisoner. Finally, Drona stood before the man who had once mocked him. Drona declared that he had not only avenged his honor but also taken half of Drupada's kingdom. Yet, he chose not to rule it himself. Instead, he offered Drupada half the kingdom back, fulfilling his childhood friend's promise of equality in a twisted way. This act displayed Drona's complex character, one bound by a sense of justice but willing to use power to restore his dignity. With Drupada defeated and his position secured, Drona's rise was complete. As the royal guru, he had become one of the most respected figures in Hastinapura, shaping the future of the Kuru dynasty. But his ambitions and actions would leave a lasting impact, creating allies and enemies alike. In our next episode, we'll see how Drona's teachings and decisions influenced the lives of the Kuru princes, leading them toward their destinies and setting the stage for conflicts yet to come. Thank you for joining us on Mahabharata, Echoes of Eternity. Until next time.